Guys in the Woods. New season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
A multi-day severe storm outbreak, including flooding, large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. A live picture near Ardmore, is that Ardmore, Oklahoma, or Texas? Right?
Oklahoma, yes.
Yeah, Oklahoma. This is where we're seeing abundant lightning, plus a flash flooding threat. We're seeing reports coming in of 2 to 3 feet of water on Commerce Street and motorists being stranded. So remember, turn around, don't drown, and get inside a sturdy building away from all that lightning.
Yeah, that's an area dealing with a line of storms moving through right now. Currently still under a severe thunderstorm warning there in the city of Ardmore, as well as a flash flood warning. So you've got it all to deal with here at this hour there in Ardmore, Oklahoma. It seems like that's the sort of hot zone here for us. Oklahoma down into Texas dealing with these storms. Again, we're taking a live look at a storm chaser on the road. Seems to be moving fairly quickly, smoothly. It doesn't look like the rain is too heavily, at least where they are in this particular shot.
All right, we've got some video that's been coming in all day long here. We're getting all kinds of video of your storm threats today. Look at all this. We've had funnel clouds. We've had large hail, up to baseball size in some areas of Texas, and damage from wind, as well as from the possibility of a tornado here and there too, and of course the heavy rain that's been causing all the flooding too.
Yeah, look at those hailstones coming down, piling up, big stones too. Yeah. Those are not stones you want to be messing with for sure. So those have been some of the dangers that we have been dealing with here today across the southern plains. This again, a day, I'm not sure what day we're on in terms of the severe threat that we've been dealing with across the plains, and we're going to carry this into the weekend.
That's what's unfortunate. We've got a big weekend. You know, Mom's Day, want to get out? A lot of folks are going to have to stay inside.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's talk about what's been going on here for us in Oklahoma. And again, with some of that heavy rain and the hail, my goodness here. This is in Norman, Oklahoma. I mean, look at that coming down. The rain is coming down in sheets sideways, and huge hail as well, piling up and getting blown by some of that wind. I mean, incredible sight here. You can hear it as well. I'll be quiet for a second so you can actually hear it. And again, just an amazing sight. And also, again, you can hear it as well. I mean, you get these big downpours, big bursts, strong winds, and big-time hail as well. Again, this was earlier in Norman, Oklahoma. All right, let's find out how things are faring for us at this hour. We still are tracking some storms. Nick's got the very latest.
My mind is reeling from that. That was just amazing pictures. And unfortunately, we could see more of the same, not only in Oklahoma and Texas, but also back out here into Colorado and New Mexico, where watches are up for a while longer, until 9 o'clock Mountain Time. Then we've got the watches that go all the way until 3 in the morning Central Time for Oklahoma down into Texas. This does include the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and much of I-30. Then we've got the problems we've been having back out here in West Texas, and we're still under watches here for a while longer. This goes until midnight tonight. So a lot of these watches have been extended or expanded here as we've headed through the evening. Then we've got the warnings out. We've got the severe thunderstorm warnings right south of Tulsa, and a tornado warning too in that area. This is a possible rotating thunderstorm, and we actually have a couple of these warnings out right now, right along Highway 75. Hughes, Pontotoc counties under those warnings. Hughes, especially here, you need to be on your guard and get to the lowest level of your home, away from windows, inside an interior room or closet until this danger passes. There's been some rotation reported with this thunderstorm, and until this passes you by, we may very well see it drop a tornado. So Doppler radar indicating the possibility of a tornado here. And this is another area we've been watching too. This is Okfuskee counties, okay? This is an area where we have seen a tornado warning for some time now. As these thunderstorms continue to make their way through this area, we very well could see a tornado drop from this thunderstorm as well. Even if there's not a tornado, we still could see some damaging winds because we've got this line of thunderstorms all the way from Tulsa down into Texas. And anywhere along this line, we have the possibility of seeing some damaging winds. We have already seen wind damage today. We've already seen large hail from, say, ping pong ball up to baseball size. And flooding has been a tremendous problem as well. Right here around Graham, Texas, this has been a hard-hit area. This is well to the west of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but nevertheless, in Breckenridge, Grayford, and Graham, you need to be on your guard for the possibility of that large hail and damaging winds, plus flooding. Flood threats abound here. All these green boxes, those are either flash flood warnings or flood warnings as some small streams are coming out of the banks and water over roadways being reported. We've been reporting that here in southern Oklahoma, right around Ardmore, with some 2 to 3 feet of water on the roadways, and some of that water being reported up to the hoods of cars. We're not seeing that in this shot, but boy, are we seeing the lightning with this. And when the lightning flashes, you can see the rain coming down. This is a live picture, courtesy of one of our storm spotters out there who is on the road right now. You can see those lightning flashes, and when you do see that, you want to get inside, okay? Get inside a sturdy building, stay there. When thunder roars, go indoors. And of course, we're going to see that flood threat as well. It's night. You can't see very well. You don't want to be out. You don't want to be on the road in the dark coming into some kind of flooded roadway. And look at all of the lightning all along this. And this extends really all the way over into Arkansas as well. So we've got lots of lightning strikes out there. A lot of folks going to be awakened or staying awake, having trouble falling asleep tonight as a result of that. By the way, we should probably mention there could be some strong thunderstorms overnight. So you'll probably want to set that NOAA weather radio, keep it in your room, keep it by your bed to go off in case there is a warning, particularly a tornado warning. If you need to get to safety, you need to have a way to be awakened. Lots of threats here tonight in central Oklahoma down toward North Texas. Alex?
And we don't stop it tonight. As we start to move into the weekend, we're going to be watching that severe weather threat continuing. It just will not end. Let's talk about the setup here for us. This is now as we head on into tomorrow. We've got some of that moisture, plenty of it continuing to stream in out of the Gulf of Mexico. There's our dry line, and again, that's one of those areas where storms like to try to fire up along. So we could see that again as we march our way on through tomorrow. Then we'll watch for that low-level jet to kick in, and those winds at about 5,000 feet in the atmosphere coming in out of a southerly direction. And then on top of that, we'll be talking about the jet stream trying to sneak its way on in as well, with an upper disturbance moving into that warm and moist atmosphere. So a lot of the ingredients coming together to get these storms to explosively develop and also rotate. And it's those rotating storms, those supercell storms that can produce the damaging winds, large hail, and yes, tornadoes. And those will be some of the risks that we deal with tomorrow. And look at the real estate having to deal with it. Pretty large, and some of the same areas that have been dealing with it over the last several days. Oklahoma City, back down to Wichita Falls, Dallas, San Antonio also included with that risk for tomorrow. Torcon values getting up at 7, southwestern Kansas into western Oklahoma. One of the highest values our Dr. Forbes has given this season. A 6 in central Oklahoma and north central sections of Texas, and then central Texas, it's about a 4. So we're talking a significant risk for tornadoes as we move into tomorrow. Really a day to watch the weather situation very carefully. Then on Sunday, very similar setup taking place, maybe a little bit farther on off towards the east now as our storm system tracks its way in that general direction. But again, some of the same ingredients will be in place, and we'll be watching that threat for more strong storms to develop as well throughout portions of the Midwest. In fact, sneaking into portions of the western Great Lakes. Chicago, you could see strong storms down towards St. Louis, and once again, Dallas implicated as well. Nick?
All right, we want to update you on Ana now. The latest advisory coming in from the National Hurricane Center keeps Ana a subtropical storm, but it is stronger now. Look at this, it's up to 60 miles per hour, so this was not unexpected. We could see a bit more strengthening here before it makes landfall, probably sometime on Sunday, and very possibly as a tropical storm, the earliest tropical storm, if it does, to affect landfall in the U.S.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mainly sunny. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Now at Boston Market, new slow-braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish. Slow-braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
Deep in the dark, untouched recesses of your engine is power you never knew it could produce. And vapor can set it free. New Stable 360 Performance unleashes that exclusive vapor technology that rises above the fuel line to protect your engine where other additives can't. To help keep your engine running cleaner, leaner, smoother, and stronger than ever. The next level of performance is in the vapor. Stable 360 Performance.
So you ready for the night? And don't it feel nice?
Summer never looks so good. Bud Light Lime. Same 100% natural lime flavor in a new bottle. Summer on.
There are no medals won for earning a living. It's just what you do for family. But it's hard to build a future if you can't see past today. That's why Walmart is investing in the most important part of our company, our people. Because a raise in pay raises us all.
New Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray outperforms a leading allergy pill. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6. So go ahead, inhale life. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. Ach, verdammt! I said it 3 times and it's still not true.
Performance is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
Conceal cracks and splinters with the ultimate do-over for wood and concrete. Don't replace, resurface. Behr Premium Deck Over, exclusively at the Home Depot.
My school reunion. I don't know.
Who wants to play in Idaho?
Gotta get Milwaukee up to speed.
We win in Flint. We take the lead.
We'll close the deal if we just show.
Should I stay or should I go?
When it's go to choicehotels.com, the site with the right room, rewards, and savings up to 20% when you book direct. choicehotels.com.
Johnny, even after careers like ours, we're still going strong.
What's your secret, Richard?
Blue Emu Super Strength Cream.
I've used Blue Emu for over 10 years. I love it. Blue Emu, made with real emu oil. It gets down deep to soothe my muscles and joints.
And it's odor-free, non-greasy, and sure gives me fast-acting comfort.
I'm glad we had this talk.
Nice catch. Blue Emu. It works fast.
And you won't stink.
very busy night here on the Weather Channel as we cover severe weather. We're talking that including tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds, and heavy rain as well. In fact, check out some of this brand new pictures, this brand new photo into us here. This is actually in Utah, and you can see a couple of funnels there. And those funnels are a result of an upper level area of low pressure, cold air in the sort of upper levels of the atmosphere, helping to really lead to a very unstable atmosphere. And that led to some of these storms, or I should say these funnels showing up there again in Utah. This sent in by Drew Lang. This is on I-80 on the way back from Wendover. So yeah, we certainly are dealing with some issues across the western portions of the country. It's not just some of those funnels, but Nick, the threat for some heavy snow.
Yeah, that cold air is doing more than producing those cold air funnels. It's producing this at Mammoth Mountain, California. Look at this, snowfall, heavy snow in the Sierra. Boy, do we ever need this? You know, not necessarily for spring skiing, but just for a snowpack to melt down and keep some of the reservoirs from becoming dry. But the ski lifts appear to be running, and it looks like we've got a few folks on the slopes there enjoying themselves. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Spring skiing at its best with some brand new powder. You gotta love that. For so many reasons. Yeah, we love snow on so many levels here in the Sierra Nevada this time of year, not just for recreation, but frankly, just for our survival here as the drought continues. Well, we've got May snow for the Sierra. That's heading into the Rockies and even into the high plains. Does mom like snowfall? You want a little snowfall for Mother's Day? I think we're going to be able to produce that. Look, we've got winter storm warnings up here in portions of Wyoming and even into the Black Hills of South Dakota. Winter storm watches extend all the way down here into Aspen, Colorado, where we're probably going to get maybe 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. With this upper level low, you can see it turning here on the radar, bringing rain and snowfall back to the Sierra Nevada, rain and snow up into the high elevations of Arizona, and we've got rain and snow from Utah on into the Colorado area. There's that upper level low. That, of course, is helping to spawn the severe weather off toward the east, but it's also bringing that wintry weather back into some of the mountain areas. We'll see that all the way from Wyoming, southward into Colorado, and into the Central Plains as well. Tomorrow night, we'll have some heavy snow up here into the Central Rockies and be waking up to snowfall, maybe 2 or 3 inches on the ground around the Denver area up towards Cheyenne, and then we'll see that snow on into the higher elevations there of South Dakota and into Nebraska as well. Here's how much we're talking about. Some of these areas are going to get up to, say, 1.5 to 2 feet. Probably around the Aspen area, maybe as much as 3 to 5 inches. Denver, it looks like more like 1 to 3 inches. But a little bit of late season snowfall might very well be welcome. We've got a live picture of Denver right now, and you see the rain already coming into the play here. But as those temperatures cool, we're going to see more in the way of snowfall. We'll find some of that up in the mountains tonight. And then more of it as we get through the day tomorrow. Probably the snowfall into the Denver area will really begin as we head on into Saturday night and Sunday. We'll probably even see some thunderstorms around the Denver area tomorrow. But note, 59 degrees for high temperature, then down near freezing, and then even below as we get that rain turning to snow. Rain and snow mix to begin with, then all snow as you wake up in the morning, and then we'll begin to melt it away just a little bit as we get those temperatures up into the mid-40s. So winter still holding valiantly on to life.
These days, you may be hearing more about data breaches in the news. It's possible your personal information may be at risk. Research shows that if your information is compromised due to a data breach, you are 6 times more likely to become a victim of identity theft. Now is the time to get protection. Sign up today, and LifeLock will begin monitoring your personal information, including your social security number, alert you about suspicious activity, and, if needed, take steps to help restore your losses.
You only have one identity. Protect it with the best. LifeLock. Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round one of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mainly sunny. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. The seal you can trust, with stain and sealer in one, and easy to choose colors. Exceptional beauty and protection have never been easier. Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. Available at the Home Depot.
It's a beautiful day to use Thompson's Water Seal.
Hi. Looking for a Prius, I bet. It's high-tech, too, with the latest safety features and available Entune app suite. And, I'm sorry, I don't mean to drone on.
Honey, stop messing with Jan.
During Toyota time, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a 2015 Prius. Offer ends June 1st. For great deals on other Toyotas, visit Toyota.com.
Enjoy your Prius.
Thanks, Jan.
Look out, people coming in hot.
Toyota, let's go places.
Oh, this audit will take days. What a headache.
Actually, I don't have a headache anymore. Excedrin really does work fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
Need brakes? Pep Boys has the best brake service at the best price. Right now, get $50 off instantly on our Precision Match brake service with state-of-the-art on-car rotary surfacing exclusively at Pep Boys. Trust the boys to get you there.
Introducing new Country Time Lemonade Starter with real lemon juice. A fresh new way to make Country Time.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
Termites like to use stealth. They live underground and build mud tubes, little tunnels made of chewed wood, mud, and I say this delicately, they're poop. To sneak into your home. But I know all about their covert operations. Using my flow meter, I apply the proper amount your home needs to help keep them from breaking and entering. To catch a pest, you have to think like a pest. Not just for any home. For your home. Orkin, pest control down to a science.
Marcus Lemonis puts up his own money to save failing businesses. The Profit season premiere Tuesday at 10, only on CNBC.
Okay. All right, we are continuing to keep a close eye on the Carolina shores. Live look at Myrtle Beach shows people out and about. No problems as of yet, but we do expect to see that rain on the increase. The winds will be on the increase, as will the waves. I want to warn you, as those waves increase because of Subtropical Storm Ana, you don't want to get too close to the shoreline here. Sometimes those waves can be surprising and really come up and carry you away. Watch that as we head into the weekend in particular. Matter of fact, Alex, bring us up to date on what the National Hurricane Center is thinking right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Our subtropical storm hanging in there just off the southeast coast. Anna here, hurricane hunters, have been flying around in this thing and have found that it's actually strengthened a bit. Sustained winds, if you've been with us throughout the afternoon, have been hanging around 45 miles per hour. Now those max sustained winds up to 60 miles per hour. So a bit of strengthening, still though considered to be a subtropical storm at this point, as opposed to being a tropical storm. Really, it's at this point just a difference between how this system gets its energy. So again, still a subtropical storm, but again, a little stronger as the hurricane hunters have been in there flying there. And it's also moving a little bit as well. It was stationary for a good portion of the day. Now, movement to the north at 2 miles per hour. Still very, very slow movement. Now, one of the things that we are watching here, here's the water vapor imagery, and there is the circulation. Notice you're trying to sort of wrap around it is some of that dry air indicated by sort of the orange colors there. And that's one of the things that may try to sort of keep this thing at bay. You get some dry air to sort of entrain into it. That's not going to really allow it to really blow up and blossom, despite the fact that we do have some pretty decent water temperatures, fairly mild out here. We've got water temperatures in some cases in the 80s. So that would be something working for it to strengthen, but you've got some drier air, and in the upper levels of the atmosphere, the winds aren't exactly conducive to this thing strengthening a bit, so too much. So National Hurricane Center not expecting it to really strengthen much more than where it is at this point as it moves closer and closer to the coast. But we do have tropical storm watches still in effect for Charleston, but then you start to work your way northward, Myrtle Beach, and across a good chunk of North Carolina, the coast, tropical storm warnings. So we could be talking about tropical storm conditions here expected in those areas here within the next 36 hours. Here are the winds and the forecasted winds that we'll generally see as we head through our Saturday, the morning and afternoon. 20, 25 mile an hour winds possible here as this thing again gets a little bit closer as we move into our Sunday. And then we look at the computer models and see what they're saying, and generally all in line, and that's good, makes you a little bit more confident in where this thing's going to be headed. Generally here right between North and South Carolina, right along the state line, and then eventually curving on off towards the northeast as we head into the early part of next week.
So while we've had one eye on the tropics, we're also seeing severe storms back toward Texas. This was earlier this evening in Bowie, Texas, as severe storms produced a funnel cloud and a possible tornado back out here. Look at the lowering of that cloud.
Yeah, we know.
We're going to watch and see if we see any circulation on the ground. That's how you can tell if you've got a tornado. It looks like we may very well have some circulation on the ground there. So we've had about 3 tornado reports today in the state of Texas, this being one of them here around the city of Bowie. None of them lasted very long, but probably one of the greater threats that we've seen has been the damaging wind and the hail. We've seen lots of reports of very large hail, even up to the size of baseballs, as thunderstorms have made their way. So some of these same storms that produced this funnel cloud and possible tornado here in Bowie, now making its way eastward through North Texas and on into Oklahoma. That is just the beginning. We're going to see more problems tomorrow. We've got this dry air punching in. We've got the upper level low. We've got the low at the surface helping to draw in plentiful moist air from the Gulf of Mexico. Plus, with all of the different winds going on, we've got those upper level winds with the deep trough back toward the west. We've got a low level jet. The conditions are just ripe for turning of wind with height. And that will produce rotating thunderstorms, and rotating thunderstorms can produce tornadoes. Matter of fact, the tornado threat exists. Probably it's going to be the biggest day for tornadoes here throughout the Central Plains, southward into Texas once again. And this will cover areas like Wichita, Oklahoma City, down toward Dallas again tomorrow. We've got torcons up. Look at this, a 7 in southwestern Kansas and western Oklahoma. That's the highest our Dr. Greg Forbes has had so far this season. A 6 in central Oklahoma and in North Texas, and a 4 here in central Texas. Be on your guard. Continue to watch the Weather Channel as we'll keep you informed throughout the weekend.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mainly sunny. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening as we continue to follow the threat for severe storms across the central and southern plains. I'm meteorologist Alex Wallace.
And I'm Nick Walker. We have seen hail. We have seen damaging winds. We've seen tornadoes today, and now we're seeing lots of flooding in North Texas and into Oklahoma. And unfortunately, this multi-day event is only on its, second or third day of many days here as we head through the weekend.
Yeah, we may even see that threat really ramp up a bit more heading into the weekend.
Yeah, it's really going to be a tough day tomorrow. Let's take a look at some video from some of these storms today. We had golf ball size hail reported here around Norman, Oklahoma. And look at the winds that blew that hail almost sideways in some cases. And then, of course, you've got the heavy rain on top of that. Multiple threats in one video here. Just amazing to see that today. And this is just one location. I mean, we've had several locations that got hit this hard just today in Oklahoma and into Texas. And unfortunately, those threats are extending into the late night hours. We want to get an update now. Alex, bring us up to date on what's going on the radar.
Well, we're still dealing with a couple of tornado watches that are in effect, and including parts of Oklahoma down into Texas here for you. Now, Oklahoma City, you're out of that threat zone. So some good news here, getting a break from what has been a very active day. But east of there and then south as you cross the Red River, tornado watch in effect until 3 a.m. So again, as we head into the very early overnight period here, we'll be dealing with that. And then south and west from there, as you get into the western portions of Texas, including places like Midland, you've got a tornado watch until the midnight hour there. So within those areas, conditions are favorable for some of these storms to produce tornadoes. Now, right now, as we look at the radar, got a big cluster of showers and storms now moving on off towards the east. No tornado warnings, and that is certainly a good news, but still, we don't want to let our guard down because we do have severe thunderstorm warnings, and we could be talking damaging winds in excess of 60, 70 miles per hour, and that could, no doubt about it, cause some issues here. So it's still a dangerous night here for us as we move through portions of Oklahoma, Haskell, McIntosh, Pittsburgh counties until 10:45. You're dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning there. We follow the line on off towards the south a bit and continuing to deal with some of those severe warnings here. Now we talk about Bryan, Johnson, and Marshall counties until 10:30. You're dealing with a severe thunderstorm warning. So again, damaging winds, a big threat, along with the risk for hail and lots of lightning. That is one thing we certainly do not want to underreport. Look at all the lightning strikes showing up out there for you as well. So it's dangerous whether you see all that lightning. Now we head south and west from there. Another severe thunderstorm warning in place right around the Graham area here. Breckenridge, in fact, not too far from Breckenridge, ping pong size hail was reported not too long ago. So we're talking big hail with that, the potential for some damaging winds as well. That severe thunderstorm warning is out until 10:45 local time there. And again, we have been talking about that hail. There's the hail track showing you some of the areas here, the northern part of the county there. Big time hail. We're talking estimates of about 3 inches in diameter. So that is not something you want to be dealing with. And then on top of that, heavy rain. Flash flood warnings, numerous flash flood warnings here, including in and around the Oklahoma City area, which has just been inundated with heavy amounts of rain over the last several days. And this whole area is going to continue to march its way on off towards the east very, very slowly. There's the 12-hour rainfall totals. And again, right across north portions of Texas around the Red River, that's where we're seeing some of the higher totals, getting up over 5 inches, estimated to be dealing with over 5 inches of rain. And again, that's led to some of the flash flood warnings that we have in place. If you encounter ponding on the road, please turn around, find another route to take. Now, tomorrow, we don't stop the threat. In fact, we ramp it up. Big real estate having to contend with this right across the heartland of the country. All the threats will be there, damaging winds, hail, and yes, tornadoes. In fact, you see the Torcon value here in southwestern Kansas and western Oklahoma getting up around a 7. One of the highest values our Dr. Greg Forbes has given this season. Then a 6 in central Oklahoma and then northern portions of Texas. And you head into central Texas, it is a 4. So significant risk for tornadoes here. A lot of the ingredients coming together to have that risk as we head into tomorrow. Nick?
We know Oklahoma City's already been ravaged by tornadoes. Communities flattened, the threat not over yet. Our Dave Malkoff takes a look.
When a tornado destroys your home, the one place you definitely want to be is inside your storm shelter. This family has one, but did you know there's an upside and a downside to storm shelters? For the people who live in a neighborhood called Barrington Park, the tornado was just the start of their problems. Josh and Katie Longest live here, or should I say they used to. Together with their 3 little kids, they wrote it out in this tiny metal box.
It was loud, the kids were screaming and crying.
The house came apart on them, wind howling, pressure dropping.
My kids kept saying that our ears hurt. It hurts, Mommy, it hurts.
We were trapped in here because this latch had fallen shut and debris had landed on it.
This is their neighbor. He deserves a hug. Wayne Blethrow, the hero of Barrington Park, who has no storm shelter.
I wrote it out in the house in the bathroom.
See, seconds after that tornado passed, Wayne went running all the way to that shelter next door. It was covered in bricks and a heavy garage door.
I grabbed it up and pulled it out.
Inside, things were not good. Flash floodwaters were rushing in. There was a gas leak as well.
It was like a waterfall. It was just coming in on all edges, just pouring in. There was nowhere you could sit in here where water was not dripping on you.
It was still raining pretty hard and still a little bit of wind.
As soon as I heard his voice and knew somebody was out there, it was an instant relief. I knew somebody knew where we were at, then they were going to work hard to get us out.
They were ready to come out.
Let's talk about the scope of this for a second. You can notice all of this debris hanging from trees was once part of someone's home. In fact, almost every single home in this neighborhood sustained some kind of damage, but the only number you really need to understand is 0. 0 people killed in any of these homes because they knew where to go and when to get there. Shelters saved lives here, but trapped inside with water pouring in, that is when you need a hero who went on to save even more lives. You saved 6 people yesterday, yet you seem very matter-of-fact about it.
It would have done the same for me. I was in the right place at the right time.
Right place at right time. The neighbors who live in this house, Josh and Katie Longest, would disagree with that. They say he is definitely a hero to get them out of there so the whole family is safe over at Grandma's house. In Bridge Creek, Oklahoma, I'm Dave Malkoff, the Weather Channel.
Oh boy, we need heroes, and we just need to stay inside tonight here in Stevens County, Texas. Live pictures from one of our spotters out there as the rain is coming down. Flash flooding could be a concern.
That is not what you want to be driving.
When you're waiting for summer, every second feels like an eternity. So when it finally arrives, make every second count on a Sea-Doo watercraft. With 14 models to choose from and starting at just $49.99, there's a Sea-Doo that's right for you. At the Countdown to Summer sales event, get up to a 5-year warranty or save up to $1,000. But hurry, this offer ends May 31st. Go to Sea-Doo.com or your local dealer for details.
Lowe's presents How to Plan for the Future.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy birthday. Sorry I forgot our anniversary. Happy Mother's Day.
1.5-gallon hanging baskets, now just 2 for $16 at Lowe's.
So you ready for the night? And don't it feel nice?
Summer never looks so good. Bud Light Lime. Same 100% natural lime flavor in a new bottle. Summer on.
We got the new Temperflex, and it's got the spring and bounce of a traditional mattress. You sink into it, but you can still move around.
And now that I have a Temperflex, I can finally get a good night's sleep.
I flop down on the bed and it's just like, oh, this is perfect.
Wherever you put your body, it just supports you.
Like little support elves are just holding you where it needs.
I can sleep now through the night.
Change your sleep. Change your life. Change to Tempur-Pedic.
things to harness it. This is about how far you can push yourself.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
In the Woods, new season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
True Green presents The Yardleys.
Drives down the lane. Beautiful.
Oh, come on.
Big man underneath.
Come on, it was in the pink there.
It up off the glass and it's for 2.
This is more than a lawn. This is a True Green lawn. Live life outside with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green, live life outside.
良質熟練の技革新1000年の歴史を持つ文化が最先端の製造技術を使うと待てよあれこれってクライスラー
Reliability is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
Certainly had it all tonight. Subtropical storm, we've got that actually gaining strength. Tornadoes causing damage across the plains, flooding rain, and yeah, you're not seeing things there. Snow. Yeah, that's right. A little May snow to deal with. Winter not done with some of us just yet. But we still are tracking those storms. They continue to pound us here across the middle of the country, across the central and southern plains. Right now, we've got the heavy rain threat out there, along with some of these storms that are still severe at this point. We have seen the tornado risk sort of come down just a bit, which is good news. But you can see here in Stevens County, the rain, it is certainly coming down in bunches. You see some lightning flashes as well. We've had some hail reports across Stevens County as well, around the Breckenridge area. We've seen some of that as well. So this is, again, in Texas, where we continue to deal with some storms, and the line of storms carries its way all the way up into portions of the state of Oklahoma. So another active evening, active night out there for us. Damaging wind threat being the main threat for us at this hour, along with the very heavy rain that could lead to some flooding. Numerous flash flood warnings are in effect across these areas. So it's one of those nights where if you're out there, if you don't have to get out there, please stay inside. If you have to get out and you encounter any ponding on the roads, please make sure you turn around and find another route to take. So that's what's going on for us. So you see the ground view of what is happening. Let's see how things are faring for us. We got the radar view of things now with Nick.
And Alex, you know, those flash flood warnings that you're talking about are only on the increase. You know, it's always good when we see the severe weather begin to die down in terms of a tornado threat. But when you see more and more of these flash flood warnings outlined in green popping up, you know you still have a problem here. All the way from northwest Texas up through the Oklahoma City area and even into areas just south of Tulsa as well. Then you've got the severe warnings still up too. I mean, we can't really discount the possibility of some damaging winds or some large hail here in Haskell, McIntosh, or Pittsburgh counties here. So we'll be watching these areas to the east of Oklahoma City and to the south of Tulsa for the possibility of more of that damaging wind threat this evening. Stay inside a sturdy building, hunker down, stay away from windows here. You need to do that here in Bryan, Johnston, and Marshall Marshall counties as well here in the southern portion of Oklahoma. You still have that possibility of a damaging wind threat here as well. We've seen some pretty gusty winds with this thunderstorm. We've also seen the possibility of some large hail. The hail tracker really showing up with hail over 1 inch in diameter. That would be larger than quarter size, and of course quarter size hail is enough to damage roofs. It's enough to damage your car. You want to make sure your car is in the garage, under a carport, under some sort of shelter here as these thunderstorms come through. But of course, you don't want to be out in this because you've got lots of lightning to deal with. Numerous lightning strikes here with these thunderstorms in southern Oklahoma and back into North Texas as well. Plus, you've got that damaging wind threat here around Graham, Texas as well. Palo Pinto County, Stevens County, Young County. We saw the picture from the Stevens area here of all of that heavy rainfall. So you've got flash flooding warnings up as well as the severe thunderstorm warnings here. Let's take a look at this live picture again. All the lightning out there just illuminates the threat of the heavy rain. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we're hearing hail. Yeah, we're hearing some large hail. So our storm spotter just punching through this thunderstorm here in Stevens County, seeing some large hail, seeing some heavy rainfall, and lots of lightning. Yeah, that's some pretty large hail, obviously, making that kind of noise, making that kind of bounce on the roadways. All right, amazing weather still continuing here, and really dangerous weather continuing here into Stevens County, all the way up in a line into Oklahoma. The Ardmore, Oklahoma area here in southern Oklahoma, you're seeing rising water on the streets. Already 2 to 3 feet of water, and some of that water up to cars' hoods. Tomorrow, we'll be watching for those threats to continue. Multiple threats, including tornadoes, particularly here around the Central Plains. Watch out in western and central Kansas, western and central Oklahoma in particular.
Look like this, feel like this. Look like this, feel like this. With Dreamwalk insoles, turn shoes that can be a pain into comfortable ones. Their soft cushioning support means you can look like this and feel like this. Dreamwalk.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Simply type in a name and follow the Ancestry leaf far into your family's past. A past filled with stories that intrigue and inspire. And in doing so, reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Think the tree we carved our names in is still here?
That's probably dead.
How much fun is this?
What?
What a beautiful sunset.
If you like sunsets.
Whether you're sweet or salty, you'll love Nature Valley Sweet and Salty Bars.
My school reunion. I don't know.
Who wants to play in Idaho?
Gotta get Milwaukee up to speed.
We win in Flint. We take the lead.
We'll close the deal if we just show.
Should I stay or should I go?
When it's go to choicehotels.com, the site with the right room, rewards, and savings up to 20% when you book direct. choicehotels.com.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hang up tires.
All we need to sell Strongbow Hard Cider is ice. And an award for best tasting hard cider.
Have you got the shot yet?
Remember that thing about keeping your face behind the award? Strongbow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round one of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial prearrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. we realized it will be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own prearrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
So welcome back as we continue to follow the threat for storms across the middle of the country. And we've been tracking these storms across Oklahoma, but also into Texas. And joining us now on the phone is storm chaser David Drummond, who is near Albany, Texas there. And I tell you, David, we've been watching your pictures, and earlier, before we went to break, Nick, the rain, it was coming down in bunches.
Just incredible. It looked like you were getting some large hail as well, David.
There was a little bit of hail in there. I didn't see a whole lot, maybe up to an inch. But it wasn't a tremendous amount of hail. Mostly, like you said, it was just absolutely torrential rainfall.
Are there any flash flooding problems where you are as a result of that heavy rain?
Actually, when I came through Albany, they were having quite a bit of street flooding there. And then along the highway, of course, it's ponding a lot. And then there's places where it's running off across the road. So it's making travel very treacherous around these storms tonight.
I bet. Now, are you seeing a lot of folks out on the roads at this point?
Not a lot. Maybe 20 cars since I left Albany. Not a whole lot, and they all seem to be taking it really slow.
How does this compare with other storms that you've seen today? It's my understanding that you encountered a pretty strong one near Throckmorton as well.
We did actually saw a brief tornado there to the northwest of Throckmorton before it became rain around. But we had high precipitation supercells. And with those, it's constant rain unless you're just in the right spot.
Any damage from that tornado as far as you know?
None that I heard of. I was listening to the scanner and the law enforcement and fire department were at, and the only thing I did hear about were some power lines that were down to the south of Throckmorton there.
So what are your plans now? Do you plan to stay in this area in Stevens County, or are you going to move on?
Well, I'm actually trying to get back to the Panhandle to get ready for the event tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be plenty to chase on tomorrow as well, and maybe even into Sunday. David, thank you so much. We appreciate your pictures. Great stuff tonight. All right, Alex, bring us up to date now on where we stand and where we're headed as we head into the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be watching things very, very closely. As you were just talking there with David, the threat continues as we move into the weekend. The severe weather outbreak will remain in place. It seems like the last several days we've had to deal with these storms, and unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with it once again as we head into the weekend in some of the same areas. Here is the setup for us. This is as we now move into tomorrow, and there's the moisture streaming in from the Gulf of Mexico, fuel for some of these storms. That'll be driving on in. We've got that already, and more is going to be coming in tomorrow. Then as we head through West Texas, drier air tries to sort of move its way east. That's sort of the line between the two. That's the dry line, and storms like to fire up along that, and we could see that happening as we head into tomorrow.
Then we got the low-level jet that we'll have to watch out for. Those fast winds that'll be moving in from the south. They'll run around 5,000 feet or so in the atmosphere, again, coming in out of the southerly direction. And then we'll have an upper-level area of low pressure. Strong disturbance trying to sneak its way in as well and move in to that very warm, moist, and unstable air mass. That sets the stage for storms that'll get going very quickly and very explosively, and storms that could also rotate. And it's those rotating storms that we really have to be mindful of. They can produce damaging winds, hail, and yes, they produce tornadoes. So here's that zone that we'll be most concerned with here with the severe risk. Central southern plains down into Texas here. And again, some of the same areas that we've been watching for the last couple of days. So I know you sort of get weary and tired of it, but unfortunately, we're going to have to keep vigilant. 7 on the Torcon scale in southwestern Kansas and western Oklahoma. 6 as you head a little bit farther south to north central Texas and central Oklahoma, and then into the central portions of the Lone Star State, it's a 4. So significant tornado risk, Nick, as we head into the weekend.
We had significant hail today with these thunderstorms in Texas, Oklahoma, and back into Colorado as well. Lots of hail fell here or near Colorado Springs. It was mostly of the smaller variety, but you know what? Colorado's going to see another kind of precipitation here in the next couple of days. We'll talk about that as well.
Lowe's presents How to Get Inside Someone's Head.
I love the wicker.
I'd prefer the wood finish.
Green feels right.
Has to be blue.
2 seats is perfect.
3 seats would be better.
Those cushions really match your dress.
So, the other one then?
Let's get this one.
What are you thinking?
Nothing.
Now get the Severson patio set for $248 at Lowe's, where your style comes together.
Who says desirable can't also be responsible? With 46 standard safety features, the Lexus RX is proof that fun can be good for you. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Introducing new Country Time Lemonade Starter with real lemon juice. A fresh new way to make Country Time.
How do I get hotel deals nobody else gets?
Trust me, I'm a great negotiator.
Priceline Negotiator.
60% off.
40.
60.
40.
60.
40.
40.
60.
Trust me, they can't say no to me. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Can I get an upgrade?
Trust me, and you'll never overpay again. Seriously?
I'm trusting you.
Exclusive hotel deals up to 60% off. Priceline.com.
Watching football together is great, but I think women would agree huddling with their man after the game is nice too. The thing is, about half of men over 40 have some degree of erectile dysfunction. Well, Viagra helps guys with ED get and keep an erection, and you only take it when you need it.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain. It may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing.
Ask your doctor about Viagra.
What should I do with my money? Whether you're a multi-million-dollar investor or just starting out, the answer is Betterment. Betterment is the smarter way to invest and is the largest automated investing service in the U.S. If you're building wealth or preparing for retirement, we provide a personalized recommended asset allocation, and your money is put to work in a globally diversified portfolio. Experience smarter investing and secure your financial future. Betterment. Investing made better.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Time to sweat, boys. Big time.
Let's get this thing right. This is my one shot.
I have made fire!
Fat Guys in the Woods. The new season starts June 7th, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
You know, sometimes we say we've seen it all. We really have today. Take a look at some of the video that has been coming in from Texas and Oklahoma. We're talking about funnel clouds and tornadoes. We're talking about damaging wind. And look at the hail that has fallen there. And of course, the heavy rainfall that's been producing the flash flooding. We have just about seen it all in a fairly small area today.
We certainly have. Well, thank you so much for joining us here this evening as we continue to track the severe storms across the central and southern plains. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Nick Walker. As we continue to follow not only the severe weather there in the central plains, we're also following a forecast that will continue some of these same threats in some of the same areas into the weekend.
Yeah, so we can't let our guard down. I know it's tough having to deal with this day after day after day, but still a couple more days of having to deal with these severe storms.
Tell you what, we saw the severe storms around Bowie, Texas today. Actually,
it's on the ground. Oh, solid on the ground. Cone tornado now. Now it's a cone.
Yeah, you can see that circulation all the way down to the ground. This was a tornado in the town of Bowie, Texas earlier today. It didn't last very long, but it was one of actually 3 reported tornadoes in Texas and Oklahoma. So we're continuing to follow not only those threats into tomorrow, but also a flash flooding threat that's going to take us really probably all night long, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. That seems to be one of the things that we're watching now, transitioning and having to deal with that heavy rain that's leading to the flooding issues. Now, we still do have a couple of tornado watches that are out, and that includes us here into Oklahoma until 3 a.m. local time. Now, you notice Dallas no longer underneath that tornado watch. So you have been removed. The threat subsiding now for you from Dallas to Arlington to the Fort Worth area. So that is certainly some great news here. And we may start to see the ones there in Oklahoma getting shaved down as well. Then south and west from there, San Angelo to the Midland area, we've got a tornado watch until the midnight hour here for you. Haven't seen a whole bunch of storms in these areas, but there have been a couple with a few warnings in place. So here's the overview here on the radar, stretching from Texas into Oklahoma, even a few storms now into Arkansas. Non-severe storms with some heavy downpours and some lightning. That may try to sneak towards the Little Rock area, but the more stronger and severe storms here into Oklahoma, we've been watching sort of a line of storms moving through and sort of been watching this sort of bowing out here. And that's an indication when we start to see sort of that sort of backwards C, indication that you're dealing with some very strong and gusty winds driving on in. So that's going to be the main risk here with that particular storm, that severe thunderstorm, along with the lightning and the heavy rain. So a lot of threats to deal with here with these storms as they continue to move through. South of there, another severe thunderstorm warning here. That includes you in Durant, Bryan, and Marshall County until 11:15 local time. Again, the main threat here would be some damaging winds, a hail threat as well as that storm continues to march on off towards the east. Looks like it'll be moving into the Durant area before long. So right now you're sort of between storms, one off to the east, another one here to the west, and that's going to slam us here before long. Then we march down into Texas here, and in Stevens County, severe thunderstorm warning here for us. That's just to the east of the Graham area until 10:45 local time. We've had a history of some hail, big hail with this particular storm, and some areas ping pong size hail hail associated with that. So Jack, Palo Pinto, and Young counties included in that until 11:30 local time there. But again, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex out of the tornado watch, and the storms, at least at this point, remaining well on off towards our north and the west. So damaging winds, the hail threat, and the flood threat as well. That is something we do not want to underestimate. Numerous flash flood warnings in place, and you can see we're going to be talking about some of these areas picking up more rain. This is the rainfall forecast through the weekend and into Monday. Some spots here where we get into the orange, we could be talking about 5 to 8 inches of rain, and in the yellow, which is a pretty large area here, north portions of Texas, including right around the Dallas area, up into Oklahoma, where we could see 3 to 5 inches. A lot of rain coming down, and that could lead to problems. Here's the zone for tomorrow. We don't stop it. Plain states again. You'll watch for that wind threat, damaging wind threat, and hail threat, and tornado risk as well. In fact, tomorrow we could be talking about one of the higher tornado risk days we have seen this season. Nick?
Well, we got some bad beach days ahead. Boy, take a look at this. Some rainy video from Myrtle Beach earlier today. Yeah, it was really coming down, and it was coming down from a subtropical storm named Ana. Yeah, Ana has the southeast coast in its sights. Right now, it's a subtropical storm, not a tropical storm, but it could become a tropical storm before long. Meteorologist Paul Goodloe spent the afternoon in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, an area expected to see more heavy rain, gusting wind, and large waves.
You're looking at the concrete pier here in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, withstanding many storms and will withstand our current subtropical storm Ana. Now, we're under a tropical storm warning here across the coast of Wrightsville Beach in North Carolina all the way into South Carolina because we expect tropical storm conditions in the next 36 hours. In fact, we're forecasting a potential landfall of the system, whether it's still subtropical or even a tropical storm, as we head really late Saturday into early Sunday morning, and that will bring a lot more wind and rain as it does so, no matter what it is classified. As for the impacts, the main impacts here will be the wind and the rain as we head through this weekend, and also it's doing a number to the ocean. In fact, I talked to Ocean Rescue earlier about the dangers going on here in the Atlantic.
We just want them to heed all the warnings, stay out of the water. It's dangerous water conditions. We have limited resources. Enjoy the beach, but just stay out of the water.
Now, Sunday is Mother's Day, so if mom wants to come to the beach, bring her to the beach, but encourage her to stay out of the ocean. There are plenty of pools she can enjoy. But overall, if this is the worst that this tropical season has to offer, people here are saying bring it on. But you got to remember, the official beginning of hurricane season for the Atlantic begins a couple of weeks from now, June 1st. Reporting from Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, I'm meteorologist Paul Goodloe. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Paul. Yeah, a lot of folks are scratching their heads going, tropical season, is it here yet? Not officially, but we've got an early start with subtropical storm Ana, and we may very well have tropical storm Ana before it makes landfall, and that's expected to happen probably sometime Sunday. If it does, and we expect it to, that will be the first, or the earliest, I should say, the earliest landfall of a tropical storm that we have seen, on record. So right now we've got 60-mile-per-hour winds. It actually has gained some strength here today. It's moving finally toward the north at 2 miles per hour. Very slow movement, but it is expected to pick up a little bit of speed and also continue to push toward the Carolina shores as we head through tonight and into your weekend. And that is going to mean the wind is going to increase on shore, the waves will increase, and also as this is moving over the Gulf Stream waters here, you see the water temperatures in the mid-70s to the low 80s, we probably are going to see a little bit of additional strengthening. Okay, still a subtropical storm or a tropical storm, probably nothing beyond that, but we do have the tropical storm warnings there along the North and South Carolina coast, and a tropical storm watch all the way down toward Charleston. Actually had a tree fall on a car due to a wind gust from Ana today there in the Charleston area. Here's the computer model forecast of the winds. Notice that probably onshore we're going to see very little more than, say, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. We could see higher gusts than that, but the sustained winds probably staying no more than that. Subtropical storm Ana, perhaps becoming Tropical Storm Ana, and then making landfall probably as we head on into Sunday, and then moving northward and then offshore. All the computer models are in pretty good agreement, as you can see, of where this might make landfall, right near the South Carolina-North Carolina border. Saturday evening, as those winds probably decreasing somewhat, and then Sunday evening to 40-mile-per-hour winds, and then making that north turn and continuing to move offshore by Monday evening with 35-mile-per-hour winds. A big threat is going to be rain. Could be some flash flooding with 2 to 3 inches and more. Alex?
All right, thanks so much, Nick. Meanwhile, how about checking this out? This is Ana from space. Astronaut Scott Kelly snapped this picture of Ana churning off the southeast coast from the International Space Station. What a pretty sight. Of course, he's going to be in space for an entire year.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I know, I used 3 strips of tape. Gorilla packaging tape. Of course.
Gorilla packaging tape is 2 times thicker and 50% wider to hold with just 1 strip for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Termites like to use stealth, but I know all about their covert operations. Using my flow meter, I apply the proper amount your home needs to help keep them from breaking and entering. Orkin, pest control down to a science.
Doers. They don't worry if something's possible. They just do it. At Sears Optical, we're committed to bringing them eyewear that works as hard as they do. Right now, save up to $200 on eyeglasses. Quality eyewear for doers. Sears Optical.
Dad, how many more weeks are you going to be using my car?
Until my insurance claim goes through, this is our car.
Mr. Parker, my parents have...
Allstate.
They have this...
Claim satisfaction guarantee.
Really?
Their claim experience is...
Fast, fair, and hassle-free.
Or they get their, money back.
Sarah! Come to prom with me!
No.
Hey, Mr. Parker.
Claim satisfaction guarantee. Just another way Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Every inch, every minute, every second, we chip away at finding inspiration to reimagine luxury, making the colors of earth and sunset skies into rich interior accents, or putting the beauty of a forest in the palm of your hands. It will take you to another place, wherever you happen to be. Made with pride, crafted with passion. This is the 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is the best of what we're made of.
I've got plans, and this is my baby right now. So it's just not the right time to get pregnant. That's why I chose Skyla. Skyla is the small, flexible IUD that prevents pregnancy for up to 3 years. So for me, there are no daily pills or monthly refills. I got my Skyla placed in just a few minutes at my OBGYN's office. And if I want to try to get pregnant, I can get it removed whenever I want.
If you have a pelvic infection, get infections easily, or have certain cancers, don't use Skyla. Less than 1% of users get a serious infection called PID. If you have persistent pelvic or stomach pain, or if Skyla comes out, tell your doctor. Skyla may attach or go through the uterus and cause other problems. Pregnancy while using Skyla is uncommon, but can be life-threatening and may result in loss of pregnancy or fertility. Ovarian cysts may occur, but usually disappear. Bleeding and spotting may increase in the first 3 to 6 months and remain irregular. Periods over time usually become shorter, lighter, or may stop. Skyla does not protect against HIV or STDs.
Talk to your OBGYN about making the move to Skyla.
Check with your insurance to find out if you can get Skyla at no cost.
Blair County, Oklahoma, you're one of the areas that saw the flash flooding today. Heavy rain from thunderstorms as they moved through the southwestern part of the state produced water over roadways. You got to be careful, especially at night now with the flash flood threat on the increase in portions of Oklahoma and into Texas. There may be water-covered roadways, and we're getting reports of water even over the wheel wells and even up through the tops of the hoods of cars in southern Oklahoma even tonight. Be careful out there. Turn around, don't drown. Continuing to see a lot of severe threats and a lot of things going on here tonight, Alex.
Yeah, we sure are. In fact, how about going out with a bit of a bang? Heavy snow from Mammoth Mountain. This is actually the last ski resort open in California. They received more than 1.5 feet of snow. So yeah, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is not from this past winter. This is ongoing. And we've got more snow to deal with on top of, again, the severe thunderstorm threat that we'll see heading into the weekend. We've got our subtropical system, Anna, hanging off the southeast coast. And then to add to that, we've got some May snow that's going to impact us here across the Rockies and the high plains as well. We could be talking about some significant snow, not snow to sneeze at. Some decent snows. Now, it's not unheard of. We certainly can see snow at this time of the year in these areas, but still, it doesn't mean we have to like it. So here are some of the alerts that are in place. We've got winter storm watches. That's in the light shade of blue. That includes you around Aspen and then working up through portions of Wyoming, getting into western Nebraska, as well as there into South Dakota. The dark blue, winter storm warnings, and you can see smack dab in that winter storm warning. That would be Rapid City. That's one of the spots that could see, again, some significant snow. So here's the radar picture right now, and even back now in the parts of Sierra, you can see some snow showers showing up there as well, back into parts of Arizona, working into Colorado, the Utah region as well. And notice the general motion to the precipitation, sort of rotating and spinning in a sort of counterclockwise manner and motion. That's all thanks to, well, a bit of an upper level low that is hanging around here for us in parts of the southwest. So it's this system that we see here showing up on the water vapor imagery spinning that is eventually going to work its way on off towards the north and the east. And with its cold air associated with it, really going to help to bring us the threat for some of the snow. And again, could be significant. So as we head on into tomorrow, this is how it looks now. We're starting to see a little bit of snow in the mountainous terrain mixing with rain. And then by tomorrow night, as we chill it down a bit more, heavy snow potential here, parts of Colorado into Wyoming. And that continues into Sunday and even starts to now bleed out into the plains. And that now includes you in Rapid City. So again, the weekend filled with a bit of snow, a little Mother's Day gift for mom if she likes it, right? And look at the totals. Look at this. There'll be some spots here, Wyoming into parts of western South Dakota. Could see 1 foot to 1.5 feet. Incredible. So again, not nothing to sneeze at. In the heart of winter, that would be some decent snows, and that's something we'll have to watch out for. Could be dangerous travels here as well, Nick.
Boy, it's been a very active week when it comes to the weather, and a terrifying one for some people living in Oklahoma. Look at this. Behind me is the video that a man shot from his storm shelter during a tornado that hit Norman, Oklahoma on Wednesday. Just incredible video as a tornado rips right through his neighborhood. The man's name is Chris Mance. He describes some scary moments right here.
I closed the door of the shelter. I knew that me and my family were safe, but I wanted to be able to see what was going on, so I just stuck my phone up through the vent with the video on just to kind of gauge what was going on around me, and captured that video. If you live in Oklahoma, you're pretty well prepared for storm season, so we were prepared. The weather stations here and the radio had us well aware that there were severe storms moving into our area, and so we had a good 45 minutes or an hour notice that to prepare and get the shelters ready and be ready to go underground. Right now, it looks like we just had some minor damage. We had a tree in our backyard that came apart and a lot of debris. But as far as any structural damage or roof damage, it doesn't appear that we've had any. There were several houses in the neighborhood that lost a lot of shingles, windows, and that type of thing, garage doors. But we were pretty lucky.
Now at Boston Market, new slow-braised pulled pork. So tender, it falls apart. Topped with zesty barbecue or garlic citrus sauce. A bold new taste from the slow roasting experts at Boston Market.
6 smoky hours, 1 tasty dish, slow-braised pulled pork, now at Boston Market.
Even after careers like ours, we're still going strong.
What's your secret, Richard?
Blue Emu Super Strength Cream.
It gets down deep to soothe my muscles and joints.
And it's odor-free. It works fast.
And you won't stink.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is a large and dangerous tornado.
That's why we get real local the moment you need it.
We are live in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Florida.
Real accurate.
This is round 1 of the severe storms that are coming through.
From real experts on the ground.
That is a gust front for you right there in Dusty, Texas. Wow.
Where you get your weather matters.
This is basically what makes the Weather Channel
Keep the Weather Channel on.
Here at the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is out in full force today.
Only the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Brakes? Pep Boys has the best brake service at the best price. Right now, get $50 off instantly on our Precision Match brake service with state-of-the-art on-car rotary surfacing exclusively at Pep Boys. Trust the boys to get you there.
If you've been wishing for something amazing, Cricket Wireless has got it. The new Samsung Galaxy S6 for $0 down on a phone payment plan and will cover your initial loan payment of $19.99. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
New Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray outperforms a leading allergy pill. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6. So go ahead, inhale life. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Had a headache, but now I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
Now with a full line of independent rear suspension options, the Foreman, Rubicon, and Rancher automatic DCT models are equally ready to work and have fun. Part of the growing ATV family from Honda. Now get low fixed financing rates plus up to $500 in bonus bucks during the Honda Dream Garage sales event.
Xfinity sales professionals are always on the go, meeting new people every day. They're helping families get the latest Xfinity products and services. And they're making customers happy. Jumpstart your career with the best sales training in the industry. Great benefits like discounts on your own Xfinity services and the potential for high earnings. Have what it takes? Apply today and see what doors open for you.
Strong. It comes from a place where raw strength is just a starting point. Where doing something means doing it right. Where unrivaled dependability is backed by the strongest warranty in the business. And the only job is a job well done. Welcome to Strongsville. Experience Cub Cadet Strong with the new XT Enduro Series. Find exceptional financing and a dealer near you.
Marcus Lemonis puts up his own money to save failing businesses. The Profit season premiere Tuesday at 10, only on CNBC.
We just want them to heed all the warnings, stay out of the water. It's dangerous water conditions. We have limited resources. Enjoy the beach, but just stay out of the water.
And the reason why is the first named storm of the 2015 hurricane season. Yeah, it's still a ways to go before the official start of the hurricane season, but we're getting an early start now with subtropical storm Ana, and it actually could become a tropical storm Ana before it makes landfall sometime on Sunday. Here's the current location, 140 miles southeast of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 60-mile-per-hour winds. I know earlier this evening we had winds a lot less than that, but the hurricane hunters have been out there. They found higher winds, and so 60-mile-per-hour winds in the subtropical storm, and it's beginning to move a little bit now to the north at 2 miles per hour. Tropical storm warnings are up for the coasts of South and North Carolina. The tropical storm watch extends all the way down to the Charleston area. What do we expect from Ana? We expect it, according to the models, and they're in pretty good agreement, that it will make landfall sometime probably Sunday, right near the border of South and North Carolina, then make its move northward, and then off toward the northeast. But not before it brings some rising water, some surge, some very heavy and battering waves, maybe a little bit of beach erosion, and some heavy rainfall as well. This on into Saturday evening and Sunday evening, and then on into Monday as well. We could see some of that heavy rain before it continues to move offshore. 2 to 3 inches, and maybe a bit more could cause some flash flooding here. Alex?
All right, Nick. Well, you know, residents across the plains are on alert as we entered into the weekend with Torcon values as high as 7 already. NBC's Janet Shamlian has the latest from Oklahoma City.
Multiple vortices.
For a second night, tornadoes blazed a trail of destruction. This view from a storm shelter in Oklahoma.
This one means business.
At least 3 tornadoes in Texas. Strong winds blamed for this train derailment. 17 cars blown off the tracks.
Oh my God, a fire.
Lightning triggered a massive gas well explosion in North Texas. Flooding stranded travelers at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. And in the Panhandle, some drivers hit the road, despite the storm risk.
I'm afraid the worst is still to come.
New warnings today.
Big time weather on the way for Oklahoma.
As homeowners in Kansas and Oklahoma rush to repair their homes.
We're just trying to do what needs to be done.
Amid reports that Saturday could be even worse.
Just lost everything I own and trying to get it out of here before the next storm comes.
The University of Oklahoma announcing it will move tonight's commencement indoors.
Every night when we go to sleep, we see the storms. I mean, I can hear the sounds of the tornado when we sleep.
Katie Longest and her family had to be rescued when debris trapped them in their underground storm shelter. Now, she's worried about what's to come.
We've already been hit. Why are we going to get hit again?
Tonight, as severe weather is set to strike again, moments like this. 5-year-old Dawson collecting bricks from his fallen home, promising Mommy for Mother's Day he will build her a new one.
Oh, that's so sad, but yet so sweet at the same time. Meanwhile, we check in on some of the flash flooding that hit central Oklahoma. This is brand new video into us from Moore, Oklahoma. Some of the sad flash flooding there from tonight's severe storms. I mean, we're talking about roads looking like rivers, rapids here, unreal. And that just goes to show you some of the heavy rain that we had to deal with here in the Moore area. The great news is, at least at this point, that heavy rain has shifted east, and the flash flood warning we were under, we are no longer under. So there's the radar. There's Oklahoma City, Moore just to the south. And we are certainly looking much, much better a much more tranquil one for us. But the bulk of the rain showers and storms now off to the east, moving through eastern Oklahoma. Got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. One continuing here, moving right along that sort of Interstate 40 corridor, Haskell, Muskogee, and Sequoia counties until 11:30. Severe thunderstorm risk warning. There's a watch out, damaging wind, hail a threat there. Then off towards the south, right along the Red River, a couple of counties here under severe warnings. Bryan and Marshall in Texas, and then just south of that to include the Sherman area. Looks like the storm's going to move just north of Sherman, but Grayson County, you're underneath a severe warning. Wind and hail would be the risk there. And another storm here now moving out of Callahan and Shackelford County into this county here with Stevens. So we're watching that storm cell. Potential for some ping pong size hail with that. And then we'll walk into tomorrow with the threat continuing. Moisture coming in from the Gulf. We've got a dry line setting up. Storms like to fire along that. And we've got that low-level jet coming in, screaming in out of the south. So fast winds, rotating storms, tornado risk will be high. Nick?
Stay tuned. We'll talk more about the tornado threat into the weekend right here.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, generally clear. Low 70. Winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, a mainly sunny sky. High 89. Winds south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, mainly clear skies. Low 73. Winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour.